That's much. Oh, hold on. That's loud. That's way off. Shoot, hold on. Hey, welcome to the pre-show for Whimsy Nooners. We are not starting the show. It's still pre-show. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. I was just putting everything together and then realized I forgot to reset everything. Anyway, welcome to Nooners. Ben's random noon show. Because why not? Noon, best time of the day. All right. 8 minutes. Today might be fun. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ugh. Hmm. I don't know. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Everybody hanging out? Everybody having a good day at work? There is some breaking news to come out of today that whatchamacallit, did not make it onto the slide. So there's gonna be some unslided news. I may or may not. I guess I can just put my fucking. I'm decided based off of said news that you'll hear in a couple of minutes. I don't know if I'm going to live stream or not again today. We'll see. I might be slightly spacey because for those of you who watched Saturday, I got a little something special for you guys. If I lose it and laugh too much, you can go back and listen to Saturday and find out why. It's gonna get a little shoehorny tonight, but we're gonna see if I can do this. We're gonna see. Some things were discussed on Saturday. Let's see if I can do it today. Anyway, it is noon on Monday. Had a good weekend. Hey, second Sophia Flower episode was yesterday or this morning. So the new podcast, Chasing the Whimsy, had a Sophia episode. So make sure you guys go back and listen to that. She was so cool. She's so much fun. Speaking of, I gotta upload that video to YouTube. And I'll do that very shortly after this. This random live stream I might do later. I definitely think I should do it later because I already know that noon sucks. So the idea that I would do it at 1, it makes no sense. So sorry for the super cagey and unclearness. I'll get to it shortly. I'm just updating some stuff on the YouTubes. Cancel and save. like all this stuff behind the scenes of um, what's interesting is looking at the numbers. They're like super great, but like I'm impressed with them. Going back looking at how many like people go back and rewatch the lives, because we average like what 7 to 9, 10 sometimes. Um, but then I'm seeing like some 40, 45s, a couple 70s, people going back and rewatching the the lives, which is super cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Uh, wonder if Nooners needs. Hmm, I don't know. Hold on. Because Nooners are never numbered, but I do always put the three topics in the description, so that I'm sure that helps identify them. But as like I kind of going through some of this stuff, it's like, nah, no worries. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Why does it feel like my computer's getting warm? Uh, yes. Yes. Oh shoot. Um, I do want to do another episode. Anyway, yeah. I'm just like talking to myself. Anyway, did someone just bail out? Uh, uh, um, let's edit. Let's add a playlist. Put all these here. Save. What's interesting is if I have an unlisted video and I assign it to a playlist, you guys can see it through the playlist, but you can't find it individually, which is interesting. Um, so, like, if I was going to hide some media on you guys, I would just have to hide it in one of the descriptions, in one of the playlists. Um, there are a couple playlists I think I need to get rid of. Anyway, I have 18 playlists. That seems a little ridiculous. All right, let's hide this one. Edit. Visible. Unlisted. Save. There's some junky ones in there. I don't think they have to be in there. Some of the Rusty Lake ones. I would like to do the Rusty Lakes again. Hey, I could because I'm actually getting better at screen sharing and stuff. So that's a possibility. Okay. I put this together last night. I barely remember what I put on this. Slash. I vaguely remember what today's about. So, there's 3 references, and I think I got 2 of them. I'm just trying to figure out where a third one goes. Let me see. Okay, hold on. I got one at a commercial. So after one of the commercials, you're gonna hear one reference. I think I could fit one in. Oh, got it. I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. I'm gonna squeeze the 4th one in. So, again, you should catch most of them if you're paying attention, and then if not, you're gonna have to go back to Saturday My pocket 74. Or check the chats. It's a new game for me now. All right, hang out for a second when I get the show started. Hello and welcome to Whimsy Live. It's Nooners. That says Mind Pockets. How embarrassing is that? Oh shit. That's why. Because I have the wrong slideshow put up. It's like straight amateur hour over here, guys. Like, do I have any idea what the hell I'm doing? No. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's it. I think I did it. Boom. Nailed it. That's funny because I was thinking about what if there was. Because I was thinking earlier, I haven't made mistakes like that in a while. Uh, since I got the button, everything seems pretty good. Like I'm not over mousing things. Uh, I was up until God knows when yesterday, and then I got up early. Anyway, Nooners, boom, Monday noon. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about what I've been up to this week, watching TV, and then I got a. Sometimes the rabbit hole today will be a demonstration of something new. This is not going to set the world on fire. There's a really fun realization at the end. Like, I realized like as I was putting this together, um, I'm officially like an old guy. Like I'm officially old, and I'll show you guys a little bit later why. So let's go and get the show started. Maybe. Our first segment today is getting to know me. Here's hey mom. Uh, Here you talk about what I've been doing all week. Not a lot. I don't know. Like I think I tried to say. I didn't know how to articulate it yesterday, and I'm probably not going to do a very good job with it today. I don't think like 74 weeks in, coming up with like the show, and I was like, am I just have I just gotten boring, or have I just stopped putting in like some nonsense? And I know well because I haven't go back and look at any of the old ones, but I'm pretty sure there used to be some nonsense in there. Um, but things have been kind of just like super chill for a minute. Everything's status quo. Uh, October, November last year, we ran into like the car problem. August, life was a huge piece of crap. So everything's status quo. So it looks like it might be boring. But what do I do with my boring life? And I think that's what this week's getting to know me is going to look like. Um, Maybe. Okay. Oh, okay. You can't see any of that. It's not so much that you have to see it to be right. It's just mostly just a page filler. Kind of give an example of what I've been doing. The other day, I went in. You can see the bottom number, the 235 scheduled posts. That's my social media calendar. So look, I spent a handful of minutes. It's probably 3 hours, 2 hours. Let's call it three. Putting together all of these to be scheduled to be posted online. Um, I went all the way up through the end of November. So these are just different social media posts, questions of the day. We got some shorts in there in the middle on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, new episode reminders. Um, it's not a lot, but at the same time, like the 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 thing about social media, from what I'm being told, is you need that consistency. So there's the idea that uh, I'm maintaining a online presence. Most people, some of them do ask questions. I do get some people answer the questions. Um, New episode. I don't expect people to leave comments too much on some of those. I should. I do need to utilize stories more. So you have like Instagram, for example. You have the regular post, which is like the same thing that we've always seen, and then you could take that post and you can put it on your story, which will kind of highlight on the top of the page for 24 hours. So typically, the idea is I should be putting these ones on my stories, like the lives, because those ones are a little bit more time sensitive. But I don't, I never do. It's just one extra piece that like sucks. But I did get to play with all my socials. I did get everything updated. Um, this is better than nothing. I think that's where I'm at right now. Is at least I'm doing something. Could it be better? Absolutely. Could the posts be more engaging? Probably. Uh, but at the same time, I'm not good at that, and I've been very clear since day one. I barely have any idea what the hell I'm doing. Um, so I did spend some time earlier this week getting all those updated. I did go ahead and also update some more shorts. So those are in there all the way through the end of November. No, yeah. Yeah, so basically for the next like 3 months, most of the social, like the generic social media stuff is done. I still go in and trying to add, obviously, the two lives. I'm gonna start trying to add the Cine Amigos and Story Time with Mr. C. So I'm gonna try to add those into uh, the calendar also. But as much as I don't like doing it, for, let's call it 4 hours, and I can get three. It's like one month per hour. So 1 hour equals 1 month, which isn't that bad. It's just so tedious. It's a lot of copy paste. Um, I AI a lot of it, so like I'm not even gonna fucking lie. Just rewrite, um, rewrite, and then and what sucks is like Twitter still sucks because they have a number character cap still. So like I put it in the one post for everything else, and then I have to go and rewrite it again for Twitter, which is like fucking bothers me. But yeah, hey, I got the social media. Anybody who wants to help me with the social medias, please reach out. Like, um, it's not super hard. I'm just looking for scheduled stuff. Um, can't pay you the $1,600 that most people want, but reach out. Maybe we could work something out. Um, but I'm just looking for posts that I can put on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So yeah, sometimes yeah, as much as I don't like it, there's got to be some housekeeping. So I was able to get that done. A very whimsy week. Um, I'm scheduled for suggested articles next week. I'm gonna be on that show. I did get. Oh, okay. Here. So here's what this guy looks like. I took an inventory of all the merch that I have. I got I got wooden tokens, large ones, painted, unpainted, kitschy, football, Ming Chen cheeses, pixes. I got hiding picks. Over here, I got a bunch of different books. So, like on the top here, we can see that I have three error put three and two. Where are the twos? I have three, and I have two. This word two column, uh, H. Those are extras that I have set aside in case I want to sell them or auction them off or raffle them off in some way. That's what I did the inventory for. Is a lot of these over here are going to be some future Patreon gifts. I'm working with Nikki to convert some of these wooden tokens into something. Uh, extras in box. No, that's what this one is. What is this? Hardcover revised first editions. I don't even know what some of these columns are. I didn't, mm, but still, what is super crazy is look how much stuff we got. Like, look at all that. Like, there's so much. It comes out to like 400 tokens and just under or just over 100 books in various formats, covers, types of books. So, so much housekeeping. Did the socials. I have the problem. Part of it was I have fucking merch spread out throughout the entire house. Like it's everywhere. Like sometimes I don't know where. So I consolidated everything into a handful of boxes and little crates, so that way I know what I have. Um, Saturday, I proposed a game of sorts. So it could be one of those things where we take some of these wooden tokens and be like, hey, um, like here's what part of the problem is. Is like I can't do it yet because then it's like the same six people playing the game. So eventually, I think we get to a place where if I can get like 20 or 30 consistent people watching the lives, boom, then we can start raffling off some shit. But then we have Megan and I will be TuesCon. We'll have a table, maybe hand some stuff out. Um, so we'll see. Um, I mean, it's all paid for, so I'm just need to figure out how to get my return on my investment on these things. So, some giveaways for some subs, for signing up for something, maybe. Could put a small list of stuff. Why do I keep looking over there? Jesus. Um, I'm too much in my head right now because, because I don't want to miss it. Like, dude, today's gonna be all over the place. Um, but yeah, I do like because there's so much that some people don't even have or seen. I've given some stuff away. There's a couple. Most of the notebooks are unofficial first editions. So Nikki and I put some of the books together. My first run at everything, I kind of just like try to figure it out, and in doing so, trying to figure out that the lines didn't reach all the margins and some of the stuff, the spacing was all off. I labeled those all as unofficial first editions. Go on Amazon right now. You could buy any of the notebooks. You could buy any of the art books or the yearbooks, hard paperback. Uh, Tell them Steve Dave book you could technically get. All of the ones that you can buy right now that you will get in the mail are all official first editions or second editions. I have jacked up copies that were like they're kind of like misprints. So um, at some point, God, I keep looking over there. What are you doing, Ben? It's like straight amateur hour. Like I really look at this camera to begin with. I'm busy looking at this thing. So it's like, how much more disengaging can I be? Oh my god. Ugh. Ugh. So yeah, playing with some whimsy stuff. So getting an idea of what we have in inventory. A handful of blankets still, not a handful. I think three extra blankets. Um, the only thing I haven't inventoried is like the Ben copies because Liam always wanted me to keep extras for him, even though he like isn't interested. in most of the merch. I think he just wants to, I don't know. I guess he's like, he definitely gets that from me. The idea of like, I don't want or need it, but I just like knowing that I have it. So yeah, we're playing with a bunch of stuff. So, anybody have any ideas on what to do with some of this? There's extra merch, and then there's like extra merch. So there's like a handful of merch that I have saved that I'll keep for a bigger project. But then there's some loose extras that those are the ones I was considering doing like the a raffle or just giving away at some of the cons. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'll hear it out. Try and figure it out. I keep looking over there. God dang it, Ben. It's like the most. Dude, I'm so distracted today with all kinds of stuff. Um, I'm like 90% sure there's no slide after this for what I've been doing this week. I try to keep it to three. I don't know if I have a third thing. We're gonna find out. Hold on. Oh shit, I do. This one, I completely forgot about this guy. Spotify right now. Okay. Um, I had to make sure that there was nothing doxing on here. Not necessarily doxing in like my personal info. So I have started taking the Mind Pockets off of YouTube. And again, the idea is I'm going to try to put them on Spotify. Okay. Spotify does allow a video component, right? So now I can upload two videos, one on YouTube, one on Spotify. There are some people that will only listen to the podcast on YouTube, and there's some people that will only listen to the podcast on Spotify. So the crossover here needs to be, how do I give my Spotify people YouTube content? And that's where this kind of comes in. And so these are all the originals. Those are all original recordings. I did edit them a little bit to take out the pre-show because I don't want the pre-show on those ones. Uh, so if anybody's ever, um, so if you're ever interested in hearing what the video and or just the audio of it sounds like, check it out here. Now, what I was saying about being doxxed is last week I mentioned um, there is a new podcast currently online right now, available on Spotify, that has 4 episodes of unreleased uh, movies that made us. Shoot, I have to update 5 and 6 this week. Um, but there's 4 episodes. It's not under Chasing the Whimsy. Um, there's a name that I was using for a YouTube idea, so I'm using the same name to hide these extra things. There's no reason to hide them. Uh, it was a very whimsy thing I thought of a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Eventually, what will happen is there's another slide. Okay, so what I want to do, okay, is early on, I mentioned I want nothing more than have a forgotten channel or like a because they're not lost media. Let's just call it like a forgotten channel or a like a disturbing channel. Okay, so what I want to do is I have the Mind Pockets right now. They're on YouTube now. They're on Spotify. I'm in the process of taking just the Mind Pockets. So the 10 individual recordings, that's it. And then I want to, so there's this tape recorder. One of the things is, this is just a still, but it's a video basically where you can see the spools turning. So I'm trying to figure out what I don't know what this vision is of mine yet, but I'm going to put out a third version of Mind Pockets out. And this one is 100% just for me. I don't, I will probably never talk about it again after today. But part of the idea is you take the 10, they average like what, 30 seconds. So 300 seconds is what, 5 minutes. So eventually on the internet, on some channel not associated with Whimsy, um, I might even do some um, uh, like code writing, like get some ciphers and put the description in like a cipher, so you have to like copy it into it, and just kind of get like really weird and creepy behind it. And what will happen is each video would just be like a recorder playing, and it would just list all 10 mind pockets, and then credits next episode. Uh, the fun thing about it is because it won't be so. Part of it is I have to go back through them and listen to them, make sure there's nothing very specifically Whimsy or Ben on it. Yeah, so I got to cut part of those out a little bit. But how cool would it be 5 years from now? Somebody's on the internet and was like, "Hey, we found this random forgotten channel that has almost no views. There's almost no subs, but there's 100 videos of a random tape recorder." Because like when I record it, like my pockets sound like I'm recording it on a fucking digital recorder. So my dude, like it's the dumbest thing in the world, dude. I absolutely love this. 5 years from now, someone's gonna find it and they'll be like, "What channel is this? Like, what? Why is there 100 plus 5 minute videos of a recorder?" And there's nothing to it. Maybe I'll play with the like, and then nobody will have any idea what any of it means. There is just going to be 100 of videos of just a random guy recording himself, and it's weird and creepy. And that's what I want. So I am working on that. And again, I'll never talk about it again. Um, the YouTube page is technically created, and then I'm going to update it with the Spotify. So this weird hidden mind pockets will exist somewhere in which the the goal is to put a bunch of stuff on the internet that nobody will see like for years. And it's not just like so part of it is like why does that matter? Like it seems kind of stupid. Like why put something out if no one's ever going to see it? The idea is somebody will eventually find it. One of the things I like the most on YouTube right now are old forgotten channels. Like the idea that someone is going to spend 20 minutes looking back at like a 10-year-old video website or a YouTube page with hundreds of hours of content on it with zero to no context. Because like these mind pockets, 5 years, 10 years removed, with no context, with no video, it's just a tape recorder just spinning. People are like, I don't like who, because then the idea is who does this? Like, it's so dumb, right? It doesn't make, to be fair, it doesn't make sense. A lot of people, okay, not a lot. There are channels that do. Uh, Sometimes not as deliberate as I am. Like I'm really forcing my lost media idea. Because like what happens like 10, 15, 20 years from now, boom, I get hit by a bus and people find the chat, like start reviewing this. And you're like, oh my God, remember back in fucking 25 when Ben mentioned? So now there's this idea that there's lost media. Like if nobody ever finds it, years from now when I die, they're like, there are hundreds of hours of stuff we've already heard on the internet that nobody's ever seen. I don't know. It's just so stupid to me. I absolutely love it. It makes zero sense, and I don't expect most people to understand it, and I don't really care. Um, it's a little extra work. This goes back into the analog horror idea and the analog horror and ARGs. So this is kind of my way to, because I could easily create an ARG in a year or two and hide clues in some of these um, old videos, or these videos that I'm hiding. Like I'm hiding on the vast internet. I'm purposely going to hide stuff today that I can use later. One thing I could tell you, and nobody's noticed it, no one's called me out, and I'm not going to say too much more about it. I've already started manipulating. Wow, manipulating is not the right word. At some point, at some point, I want to introduce pics a little bit more into the Whimsyverse. One of the things is a reference to an episode that should be there but does not exist. I think that's about the most I'm going to give you. You think it exists. It makes sense that it would exist, but technically it does not exist. Super cryptic. But the idea is eventually when I get everything kind of together, I will then announce that there is a missing episode. And you guys are going to be like, no, it's there. And what happens is when you guys go back and look for it, you'll not find it. And then there'll be a clue attached to it. So then I'm going to take you guys on this weird internet scavenger hunt at some point. So, like, this is some like really fucking far thinking stuff. I don't even know what most of it looks like yet. I'm just creating safe houses basically for future projects that I don't know what like. I haven't fully thought of it yet, but I like the idea that if you guys go on a scavenger hunt, you'll find a clue in a 5-year-old YouTube page that I created with no views on it. To me, that just seems like fun. Okay, hold on. I told you I'm gonna be spacey because I'm trying to. Oh man, I couldn't get it off the shoulder. So anyway, maybe. Oh, this thing better not be 22 seconds long. Hey, it is 22 seconds long. Look. So what if it was just Mind Pockets with just this screen, and it would just be
Tired
like,
of the same old predictable podcasts.
but like it just keeps spinning, and it would just play clips after clips after clip, and none of it makes sense. It doesn't have a name or a title. It just plays weird fucking videos. Anyway, boom, the award-winning Mind Pockets commercial.
Dive headfirst into the wonderfully weird world of Mind Pockets. Ever wonder what goes on inside the mind of a slightly off-kilter individual? Join host Ben as he unlocks the chaotic collection of thoughts, ideas, and random musings he's captured throughout the week. Each week, Ben unleashes the Mind Pockets, a playback of the week's most bizarre and brilliant internal monologues. He'll react, analyze, and unravel the madness, giving you a front-row seat to the unpredictable landscape of his brain. Get ready to explore the uncharted territories of Ben's mind. Mind Pockets every Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the Chasing the Whimsy YouTube channel.
So that's Mind Pockets. Yeah, just reminder. Shit. Go back. 8 o'clock Saturdays, 8 p.m. Hold on. Shoot. Let me set that up better. Okay. Mind Pockets every Sunday at 2000 hours. I think, is that how you say it? 2000? 1900? 2000 hours? And then I raised my hand. Is that 8 in the evening? Okay. That one was bad, but I get credit for one. Go back to Saturday. That's one. But yeah, that would be 2000 on Saturdays. That would be 8 o'clock at night.
The uncharted territories of Ben's mind.
Okay. Okay. So, dude, I watched nothing. I watched one thing this week. First, there's just a quick note, an update for you. Orphan Black in theory is on Netflix right now. Orphan Black, multiple times I've talked about this show. I absolutely adore this show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Tatiana Maslany is the best thing in the world for the 5 seasons of this show. It was originally like a BBC show, and you can see it on the AMC, I think. It is currently on Netflix. It's 5 seasons, 10 episodes each. If you have not watched Orphan Black, I cannot recommend more than to pick up this show. All the episodes are out. They're going to be on Netflix. It is one of the best TV shows you will ever watch. It's ish sci-fi-y, but it's not. Best show I've seen in a long time. And Tatiana Maslany is the coolest thing I've ever seen in a while. There's no reason not to have ever seen Orphan Black. It is a fantastic show with amazing cliffhangers and a great story. If you have not watched it, you must. This is a must. It should have said Netflix must. This is Ben's must recommendation for the next like couple of weeks until it should stay on there for a couple of months. Check them out. It's like 50 episodes. There's This is the best time to watch Orphan Black because there's nothing on TV right now. There is nothing. Um, Alien Earth is fucking brilliant, dude. Like it's the best thing on FX right now. So you can watch 1 hour of that. But dude, check out some Orphan Black. All right, I haven't done this in a while or at all at this particular segment. I have only watched the Blacklist. Right, the Blacklist shows up on my feed on the for shorts, and I'm like, I enjoy this character, this red character played by James Spader. I enjoy the shorts. So I'm like, let me watch the first episode. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? This show is so good. I don't know if any of you guys have watched it. It ran 10 seasons. Okay. It does have diminishing returns on the back end, but like the first 4 seasons are some of the best seasons of television I've seen in a while. I don't know why I never watched this thing to begin with. This thing is brilliant. All right. So today for TV, I'm just going to talk about this stupid show. All right. I'm going to walk you through most of season one. I'm going to try and not hit too many of the spoilers. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the show and why it's so good. James Spader, this guy, boom. He is the concierge of crime. So he's a big crime guy. He's got connection. He knows people, the underworld, right? If you go back to the Cine Amigos episode, I like the John Wick universe. I love the idea of an underworld that nobody else knows about. Boom, this guy right here. He's going to go to the FBI and he's going to be like, hey, hold on. Boom, he's in touch with these guys. These guys are all FBI. One's a husband. We got some FBI in here. And James Spader's like, hey, I'm going to I'm going to route out all my friends. They're really not friends, like all people I know, and help you guys arrest these people. Now, obviously, there are alternative motives. If you so the blacklist are like the worst of the worst. So Spader's like, hey, I'm gonna give you somebody on my blacklist. So every episode there's like an episode of a criminal of the week. Okay, so there's like an arson, there's a counterfeiter, there's like so every week different person. Boom, FBI arrests them, and then James Spader's like thanks, and it only like ultimately it helps improve his position in the underworld. Okay, we get that. Real basic stuff. Um, it's not bad. Like Um, the only thing I can really, I hate referring everything back to Tracker. Okay, but Tracker's the biggest thing right now on NBC, ABC, NBC, NBC, I think. So like Tracker is supposed to be like the biggest thing on that side, and it's the same basic premise. Is I'm gonna it's the crime of the week, and he finds them, and then there's like a bigger arcing story that they're eventually finally getting to after 3 seasons. This one, boom, it like hits early. There's so many questions since episode one. So he talks to the girl next to him, uh, Elizabeth. Her real name is Megan Boone, right? And he's like, "Hey, I will only talk to her." And she's like, "I don't know why." Then they're like, "There's this weird friendship thing." It's weird. It's good. It works. I'll take it. Okay. But then, like, episode. Okay, in this show, there is a. I was gonna say. I don't. I'm not gonna say what word I was gonna say. There's a grip of like supporting characters. This guy here, Jellybean, dude. This guy works at the MVD, and like he's supposed to be like really good at like hacking and following and finding people. Dude, the dialogue with this guy is the funniest thing I've ever seen. The show is supposed to be like semi-serious, but then there's like these little moments where like because I think James Spader was originally uh, comedy, like not serious drama, but he was like more like drama comedy. And I love fucking James Spader, man, like his delivery and everything. But like the way that he interacts with some of these like these freaks they call him on the show, dude, hilarious. This guy's amazing. I'll watch I would watch hours of this guy giving excuses of why he doesn't want to do anything. It's amazing. And then, like, also in the cast of characters, you got this lady, right? Boom, Mr. Kaplan. Okay. Spoiler: she's a cleaner. She's the one who like cleans up all the murders. Um, like he shoots him in the face, and then she comes and cleans it all up, right? So she's super close to James Spader. All I can say is you got to get through season four. Season four had one of the best storylines, twists and turns that you've seen in a while. Not since Dallas and JR have you seen cliffhangers and like craziness happening. This show is fantastic. Like I said, diminishing returns. Season five is okay. Six is okay. I went by and I did a ranking. I went online and checked the ranking for best seasons. Dude, the dumbest ranking I've ever seen. It's literally 1 through 10. The best episodes 1 through 10. The only difference is 2 and 4 swap. Season four is considered the second best season, but otherwise it just continues to get worse as it goes on. It is what it is. It's 10 years to be fair. Um, not a lot. Not a lot of shows like this can go or should go more than like six, but it went to 10. It ended in 2023, started in 2013. 22 episode seasons. So like this is a grind. This is like 260 episodes that I got to power through, and I'm enjoying like the majority of it. Fantastic. So you're like, well, I'm still on the fence, man. I don't know if I should watch this. Let me give you guys a little heads up on here's season one. All right, boom. You got the guy over here, that's the boyfriend, husband. You got that girl there, that's the cop, that's the FBI agent. They're in love, right? But there may be a secret between them. Man, that was okay. So the three of them, right? Dad doesn't like him. She loves him. Dad doesn't like. There's a weird triangle of like mistrust and secrets. Dude, 100% spy. This is a spy thriller all the way through. A couple episodes there's a heist, so I fucking love a heist, a good heist. Eventually, we find out boyfriend isn't who he says he is. James Spader, he isn't what he says he is. So now Elizabeth here, Keen, needs to figure out who is this husband of mine and who is this other guy, James Spader. Boom, secrets fucking everywhere. Like like the cat and mouse game of us, like this spy dude, it's 100% spy thriller. It's so good. James Spader's trying to stay 2 steps ahead of everybody. He's got to like hide his secrets. Dude, I'm telling you, watch season 1, you're gonna get hooked, right? And then like midway, because it's 22 episode seasons, boom, episode 12, we start to figure out who the hell this guy is, that boyfriend or the husband is, right? And now there's a new character. Boom, Russian like top level like spy guy. He now gets involved. How does the Russians? How are the Russians involved? We don't know. It's fucking brilliant. Fucking genius. Uh like so it's interesting because it's like Elizabeth Keene, the FBI agent, right? She's like there's a place in there where she's talking to James Spader and she's like, I need to know some info. And he's like, I'll never lie to you. And then she'll find some evidence that contradicts it. And then she's always like confronting him. She's always like, hey, if you won't lie to me, then why did I find this out? And he tries to explain it. And she's like, no, no. If you say you're telling the truth, then why the 2 orders? Why would Santiago be in danger if he was instructed not to be touched? Two orders. Enough that there was Santiago. Oh man, dude, go back and watch this because like 30 seconds ago, you can see my head spinning. Like you can see my brain spinning and be like, "How am I gonna get this in here?" Oh my god, it's so dumb. But there's a bunch of that stuff. There's a bunch of like, I'm saying one thing to protect you, but I'm doing one thing that you think is counterproductive. So it's like if like why do you do these things if I'm supposed to be safe? Like why the 2 orders? Like why are you saying I'm safe if you have to keep doing these things? Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, thank you, mom, for the lull. Dude, she caught it. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't like uh, I don't know how I missed this show. Okay, to be fair, 2013, what was I doing? Oh, Land was 2, 3. I was working a bunch. I wasn't watching a lot of TV in 2013. I didn't have cable in 2013, so I was just never going to watch this. The streamers weren't out big then. That's why I lost track of this thing. Even if I did like this show back in 2013, I wouldn't have had a chance to watch it. This show is fucking brilliant. Like it is so good. Some of the story is they're a little cookie cutter, right? It always starts with the cold open. Then there's always a James Spader's like, here's what I need you to do. Look at this guy, and then here's the bad guy backstory. We're gonna find he lives here. Bad guy kills somebody. So like a lot of like half of the episodes are very cookie cutter. But but so is Tracker. Tracker is fucking carbon copy every week of itself. Okay, so like this show. and like most shows, they follow a very similar 3-act structure, right? So they literally just copy paste the format and then just change the names. And I'm fine with it. A couple of brilliant things about this story is 22 episode seasons. I'm 5 seasons in, and there's still secrets that still need to be explored. Who is James Spader? What is his relationship to these two? What happened to the boyfriend? Who is he? Why are the Russians involved? And then, hold on, here's the third one. And then the end of okay, so the Russians come in at the end of season 1 because they're like, we want to get rid of this fucking James Spader guy. James Spader's like, hey, he's talking to the government, um, like the White House, and the toppity tops of U.S. intelligence, and he's like blackmailing them a little bit, and he's like, oh, shoot, okay, hold on. So they're like, we don't want, like, we don't need. They don't believe him, and he's like, you better believe me. He's like, I know things. Uh, oh, trying to think what it is. What is okay? So he's talking to him, and he's like, okay. So the government's like, I don't believe that you have what you say you have. And James Spader is like, I absolutely do have all the secrets. And he's like, okay, hold on. If I remember it correctly, it's, oh, I can't remember it correctly. I'm on the spot. Have you ever served? No. He's like, oh man. Okay, we're gonna default off of that one. So then season 2, the big story of there is where's the government's um, control over the criminal underworld, and eventually we get to a point where we're looking at uh, district attorney or like a senator of some kind, and then being like accusing him, be like, hey, did you order these, this assassination or this thing? And he's like, no. And he's like, did you? And he's like, no, I didn't. And he's like, tell me the truth. And he's like, yeah, you're goddamn right, I did. What I do saves lives. And then like credits, boom. That's the end of season 2. That one's a little bit way more shoehorned. Not as funny as the second one, but I did get all 3. So fuck you guys. Um, it's so aggressive. Um, dude, 100%. I can't now. All right, I'll come back to that at the end. We'll set up for next week. But, uh, dude, I can't believe I got all 3 of them in there. Wasn't as good as the Saturdays, except for that was pretty good times. But dude, 100%, man, check out this show. This show is fucking cool. I absolutely love this thing. Um, Definitely get through season 4, and then you can kind of just trail off after that if you want. 5 was okay. 6 is getting okay.
Get ready to
So check out Blacklist.
meet your new favorite storyteller. Introducing the brand new podcast, Storytime with Mr. C. For most of his life, Mr. C has found pure joy in sharing tales with friends, family, students, even strangers. Now, he's bringing that lifelong passion directly to your ears. On Storytime with Mr. C, you'll join him as he digs up forgotten classics, hopefully create some wonderful new ones, convinces a few special guests to share their incredible experiences, and takes us all back to the very beginning of what makes a great story. Find Storytime with Mr. C today on Spotify. Prepare to be amazed, entertained. It's more than just a podcast. It's an invitation to simply hang out, connect, and remember the simple pleasure of a well-told story.
Check out Mr. C. New episode dropped today. Did not listen to it yet. There's some morning plans that got shifted around. So, but check out Mr. C. He came out of Fan Fusion. Really good stories about Father Allen. Okay, so if you guys paid attention to the description or the title of the episode. 10 minutes? I can do this in 10 minutes. There's two parts that I realized with doing this. One, kind of interesting. It was fun. So here's what I'm going to show you guys. Here's what was fun. I bought a new camera that, look at this. Look. So, uh, look, it's a shoot down. So part of now is, because I'm always holding stuff up for you. And maybe you can't see it that well. Boom. Now you guys can get better. This is Richard. This note has been with me since 2016 or 17. 17. I have to double check. There is a birthday card for him. I did get a birthday card from him. Um, but this gnome is Richard. This is the original gnome I carried in my pocket. This is the original pocket gnome. I absolutely love this guy. He's been retired. He sits in the box now. But what is cool with this this camera angle, and that's all we're going to play. All I'm doing for the next 10 minutes is I'm just going to play with some of the cameras. Look, we got Pix. So now you guys can actually see what Pix looks like. But then we also have a bigger Pix. These ones are the original wooden tokens. Those are the 1-inch ones, and these ones are the 2-inch ones. I started working on the 2-inch ones because these ones are a little bit easier to take pictures of. But yeah, those are what some of the tokens look like because I have a bunch. Sometimes I don't give them all out. So Pix is cool. This is the one that you take pictures of with you when you're traveling. But then with the idea of that, like that whole lost media hiding stuff on the internet, eventually I wanted to incorporate hiding Pix. Like he's hiding behind the camera. So somewhere I want to implement this Pix into doing something. He will probably be the scavenger hunt version of Pix that we'll use. I do have a bunch of these, like 15 or 20 of these. Whenever I decide to use these ones will be like special task type Pixes. And then look, we got, okay. So just trying to do some merch, right? So sometimes like this way, like this camera angle is kind of cool because it does make it a little easier to show you guys some merch, right? Now, what I need to learn is, since this is the year of video, is I need to learn lighting, and I need to get much better at lighting. Okay, um, because sometimes they don't come out very good. I don't know, but yeah, um, I'm gonna do some of the um, what's in the box, right? So I had pictures of this is the rock. This is the infamous rock, right? I think this one's bouncing too much light off of it. Okay, maybe. But yeah, this is the rock that I lost. Like look how like it's sparkly. What's weird is it has these like perfect circles in them. Like this is a perfect like semicircle where it broke off. Um, this is one of a handful of things that I've owned longest. This rock I've had since I was in fourth grade when we moved. The second time I went to fourth grade. Yeah, and there's this like weird groove in here. I absolutely love this rock. Um, this is the one that Lane wants to know if who gets when I die. There's a chance. Uh, I don't know. Of all like the random stuff I have, this one's gonna be the one of the hardest ones to decide what to do with when I pass away. Okay, so I had mentioned a second ago that we're playing with the new cameras. But then I also alluded to that I am old. And do you know how old I am? Let me just show you guys how old I am. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, we got to play with this. Hold on. I have to lower it for a second. Okay. So here's how old I've gotten. Okay. I need to go up just a little bit. Hold on. Dude, I'm collecting fucking coins now, guys. Like I am a wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta come up just a little bit. Not too far. Give it a second, it'll focus. So I'm such an old man now that I am fascinated with old coins. Now this one's not very old. It's an 1987 nickel. Okay. But it is the shiniest nickel I've ever seen. Okay. Now we're gonna spend the next 7 minutes looking at my coin collection. That's what we're doing here, guys. That is what we're gonna look at. All now, these are all coins that I picked up. Look at that, 1956. Like, look how old that is. I have not looked up any of the pricing on these things because, don't need to. But what year is my grandma born? This is older than my grandma. So what's weird is the focus works better on the left side of it. I have a 1941 nickel. This okay. Here's why, like the old man in me, is I look at this nickel and not only is it like what 85 years old, dude, this nickel is saying some shit. Like this nickel survived World War II, and it's like it blows my like if like I don't know why more people aren't fascinated with old things like 47. Now I don't know how to clean them. Okay. And I don't want to just pick any cleaning thing under the counter because I don't want to. Like when you watch Antiques Roadshow, one of the first things that you hear are when people find some antique and they try to clean it, and then they're like, "Oh, it would have been worth 100 times more if you didn't clean it." 51. Like, how old are some of these? Like, okay, and then hold on. Again, we're just looking at my dude. We're literally just checking out my coin collection. Look at this guy. Okay, penny, 1952. Look at right. I mean, like I couldn't hold this up in the camera for you guys. You guys want to fully appreciate like how cool this stuff is. Look at that, 42. If I was 83, like that might have been the year my grandma was born. I'd have to do the math again, but like I think it was like 42. I thought it was. But look at that! Like how like why don't people appreciate this penny has been places, man? That penny has a better life than I will ever have. It would seem more stuff than I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. Boom, we're getting older. This guy's 36. I don't know when World War One was. Dude, this penny's almost 100 years old. What is it? 89 years old. I have an 89-year-old penny. Like, now what's super funny about this is you can find people online. Another 39. This one looks obviously a little bit jacked up, right? This one has seen some stuff. This guy's like, hey man, he's like he could have been in the pocket. Like, it's so weird. This could have been in like a weird president's pocket. Like Roosevelt could have bought a cup of coffee with this thing. Kennedy could have bought a cup of coffee with this penny. Like, this penny has the potential to have been like all over the place. This thing could have been around the world, and it blows my mind. But there are YouTube channels online. Um, they do a lot of shorts. They got like, and it's so weird. They got a decent number of followers and people that watch every time. But like, a guy will go and order rolls and rolls of quarters, and what he'll do for like 3 hours is just sort quarters, and people will watch it for days. Look at this guy. This guy's almost 100 years old. Do anybody have does anybody have anything 100 years old in their house? I do. Boom, this thing is 96 years old. Look how jacked up he looks. Dude, this guy looks haggard. He looks tired. Um, Now, what's interesting is, okay, hold on. Here is the 29, right? Or yeah. Okay, you can see that you can see the copperness of it, right? Now, here's what's super interesting is this is a silver penny. 1959. It's silver. Like, you might not be able to tell fully, but that is a silver penny. It doesn't look worn or faded like some of the other ones. Most of them don't fade like, dude, this is straight up silver. It's not like I don't know if the metal is silver. It has a very dull white, non-copper look to it. So I found that guy. He could be worth something. It's so funny because I did Google this one, and there are versions of this penny that are like $3,000. So, and then my last one. I think this is it. No, that one says 47. Stand by. Check out this guy. Ready? Ready? Like 20. Like, he thought 29 was impressive. That is a 1917 penny. Are you kidding me? This is over 100 years old. Like, I don't know. Seriously, people, why are we not more excited at a 108-year-old penny? This thing has definitely seen some shit. He could have survived World War One and two. Like, how cool is that? Uh, I don't know what any of this stuff is worth. I know that they're all beat up, so obviously not like millions of dollars. Hold on, let's just like I'll just Google it real quick. Uh, Value 1917 penny. Uh, a few cents or over $31,000. Obviously, I do not have one that's worth $31,000 because this thing's all jacked up. Um, but we're looking at good. Like, this thing could be worth like 40 cents. That's 4,000 times its value. No, 40 times? 40 times its value. Oh, that doesn't sound as exciting. Fuck you guys. Dude, I'll take the story behind it. Uh, so yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that collects pennies now. And then I show them on the internet. Uh, Sophia, I'm sorry. Like, seriously, man. Uh, I'm the penny guy. But what was fun was the idea that you can see. Hold on. So here's the arm here. So we could play with it a little bit if we wanted to. Right, so I can come up a little bit. This can come down a little bit more. So like we can go this route a little bit more. Not so close um, to the table. So let's see what this camera anchor looks like. Uh, oh, come on. So yeah, this would be more like hand cam stuff, right? So if we wanted to see like my oh, shit, hold on, my mouse died. So I could do a tutorial on how to plug in your mouse. So you take the cord and then you plug it in the top here like this, and then give yourself a little bit of slack, and now you just move. What if we just do like this? Like from now on, what if there was just a hand cam? So like, hey guys, like I'm just talking and doing everything else. Hey, how you doing? And then by the way, hey, I love it. All right, it's 1 o'clock. That's it for the show, man. Um, this thing was only like $15. It feels like it's $15. I'll tell you that. The camera one, the one that here, this camera that holds the light feels like it's worth 30 or $40. This thing feels a little rickety. Um, but it's not my primary. It's just a secondary in case I do need an extra camera of some kind. Uh, so yeah, um, we do like testing stuff live. So this is just one of those extra things that we got to test. I did mention, let's get the Patreon stuff out of the way. That I forgot I had a slide for it.
Pull up a chair for passionate film talk. We're thrilled to announce Cinema Amigos, the exciting new podcast that's about to become your go-to for all things film. Join host Pablo and his friend as they embark on an in-depth journey through their most beloved movies. Each episode is a lively conversation filled with unique perspectives, insightful analysis, and an undeniable love for cinema. If you're ready to deep dive beyond the surface and hear fresh takes on classic and contemporary films, Cinema Amigos is your perfect listening companion.
Andy, Nikki, your family, Megan, your family, Joyce, and Enderfrog, AC1, Gooster, Violet, Dad, Courtney, Kit, and Lasagna Hammer. Guys, thank you for supporting the podcast and the Patreon. Appreciate it. Helps out a bunch. Helps basically lets me make all the merch for free. I'm literally making all of the merch at cost. So it is what it is, but I can't complain. Um, the last slide we do give out, we're not giving out. We're donating some money for the holidays. Oh, look at my pennies. It's stuck to my arm. Hold on. Where'd you go? Okay. Oh my God, there's 2 pennies. Oh my God, sorry. Um, I half mentioned at some point that I might go live again tonight. If you see that I go live tonight, it will be very much a Pokemon Go related stream. So if you don't want to hear me talk about Pokemon Go, then don't come back. Like, just giving you the heads up. So, mom, when you're like watching TV and you're like, oh, what the fuck's Ben doing? It's Pokemon Go related. You don't have to watch it. 2 thoughts. The reason why I'm considering doing it. There is a massive update in the game, in game. Okay. Massive update that's going to revolutionize and change everything. We have just the announcement of what's happening, but we don't know any of the details that will be coming with it. So it is the biggest news in Pokemon Go since its original release. With how big of a update this is, I'm gonna try to jump. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna try to jump online. I'm gonna try and snag as many fucking views as I can for people interested in talking about this update. That's all it is. It's a fucking cash grab, or a view grab. Um, I can't do it on the Whimsy Gaming live because I don't have the subs yet on Whimsy Gaming. So uh, maybe I can get people. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But if you do see a live stream that goes up between like 4 and 7, it's going to be Pokemon Go related. You don't have to come unless you're interested in my opinions and thoughts of why they're doing what they're doing. Am I excited? I think so. Am I nervous? Some. Do I think it's a huge cash grab for them? Absolutely. Um, it is groundbreaking. I want to jump in. I want to talk about it. I want to point at the fences at some of the predictions that I have for it. And when things go official on 10/15, I want to see how close I got. But that's all I got for you guys. Um, I did get my 3 references. So thank you, Mom. I don't think I could do Yellowstone. I don't know if there's enough references in Yellowstone that it would, like, to be fair, today, nobody enjoyed it more than you and I. So I could do Yellowstone and it would just be another fucking joke for one. And I don't mind that. Um, but anybody interested in the comments on any of the shows, list a movie or TV show, and the challenge will be, can I make 3 references of that TV show or movie throughout the live stream? I shoehorned the first one. The second one was fucking brilliant. And then the third one was a little weak, but they're all there. Go back to Mind Pockets 74 if you want to hear the Armageddon ones and how that one was fucking brilliant. Like, um, some of it was today was a little bit forced. I felt like I really wanted to get it out there and try it. But we could do one of, if we get enough participation in it, I could design a wheel of sorts, spin the wheel and says, all right, Ben has a week to fit this movie into next week. So, um, but I absolutely enjoyed doing that. That was fun. It is a little distracting because I was trying to figure out what the speech was and how to incorporate it. But at the same time, I recently indicated that I would like to get into improv, not officially into improv, but this isn't a horrible improv training, right? Just think on my feet a little bit more, um, right? Because this is straight out of Game Changers. They're always incorporating different things into a different to different scenarios. So it seems a little like wonky right now, but if I keep it up, I think they're only going to get better. And it gets to a point where maybe you guys have to guess what movie I was talking about. I really hope you guys know what movie I was talking about today. So if not, shame on you. That's all we got for you guys. Yep, that's all. Have a good night. I'll see you guys on Saturday. And that should be it. You guys have a good night. Whimsy.